BBC Radio Lancashire Breakfast with John Barnes. Now, the guy who had all the girls falling on the floor was the legendary Dean Friedman. Let's talk to Dean now, who I believe has just arrived in the UK. Dean, good morning.
Good morning, John. How you doing? Indeed, I just arrived last night, and I'm still pretty jet lagged.
Did you fly in from JFK?
I flew out of JFK and
Yes.
landed safely on the tarmac here in London.
Is it good to be back in your second home, back in the UK?
It is. I'm real excited to kick off another tour, and I'm delivering a brand new album. I just wrapped up 24 hours before I got to the airport. I did my final mix.
Cool.
And got new tunes.
We'll talk about that in a second. Look, Dean, you were born and brought up in New Jersey. How did you get into music, Dean?
I like the way you said New Jersey.
New Jersey. I love New Jersey, Dean.
Yeah, well, I grew up in a house filled with music. My mom was a singer, and there was always some Broadway show tune on the piano. And I got my first transistor radio and just started listening to everything I could get my ears onto. And I've been writing songs and making music ever since.
First big hit in the States was Ariel. That must have felt like the start of something special.
It was exciting hearing my stuff on the radio, although I'd been sending out demos since I was 15.
Yeah.
And so when that first single off my first album finally hit, it seemed like an overnight phenomena, but I'd been working at it for years, so it was very satisfying and worth the wait.
Some great albums in the late 70s, early 80s, and then you had a long time off for music, and you did all kinds of other things, didn't you?
I got very involved in music synthesis, and I started designing video games and even building musical playground equipment. Although, as I said, there was always some musical component to all these multimedia efforts that I did, but I never stopped writing songs. I never stopped being a musician, and eventually, with the advent of the internet, I was able to reconnect with my audience and go back in the studio and make new records. I've been doing that as well ever since.
Came back in 1998, I think, with Songs for Grown-Ups, which is a fantastic album, and then there's been a lot of stuff since then.
It's true, and like I say, it's all through the good graces of my enthusiastic fan base who have helped me crowdfund my last 4 album projects now. And,
you were pretty much one of the first musicians to do that, actually say to the fans, look, give me the money and we can do an album together, basically.
Well, I know the band Marillion did it before me, but I reckon I was the second artist to do just that. This was, around 2002, 2003. It was 6 years before Kickstarter even was launched. So it was a curious phenomenon, but it makes a big difference to be able to make music for the people that it was intended for.
You're in the Northwest a couple of times over the next few weeks. Matt and Fred's in Manchester next week, which is sold out.
It is. There might be 1 or 2 standing room tickets left over, but mostly the seating is sold out. It's a cool little venue, but I'll be back there. And also not too far from there, I'll be at Brindley and Runcorn.
Yeah. On May the 19th, I believe, Runcorn.
Excellent. And looking forward to that. The first time I've ever been there. And then I'll be back in July with a gig at the Music Room of the Royal Philharmonic in Liverpool. That I'm looking forward to as well. Fantastic.
I hope I can get to that one. And then, look, Dean, you're back at Edinburgh Fringe as well this year, aren't you?
Indeed. This will be my 14th run at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And it's my favorite place to be in August. For 3 weeks, the town is besieged by performers and artists of every ilk. And it's always inspiring and great fun.
Dean, it is a great pleasure, as always, to talk to you. Look, I'm going to play a Dean Friedman song. Any idea what it's going to be?
I can't imagine. I mean, I've written hundreds of them. And there are only a few that have been on the radio, but
Tell you what, I will let you beat the intro, Dean. You can introduce this one for me before you start singing. How about that?
Is that okay?
Let's give it a go. It's one of your songs, Dean. What is it?
Well, it's I'm in love with the McDonald's girl.
I'm in love with the McDonald's girl. She has a smile of innocence, so tender and warm. I am in love with the McDonald's girl. She is